Hello my scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and welcome to day 2 of Scraptember. So day 2 is the prompt enamel dots and I feel like this is a fairly easy one. I feel like you can just make any layout you like and then add some enamel dots on at the end as a little bit of extra flair. So that was quite nice. So I pulled out these photos from September. They are my son at his birthday, blowing out his cake candles. And I am using the collection called Happy Cake Day that is by Pebbles. I've had this one for quite a while. I'm getting close to the end now of this collection, but I've still got probably a few more layouts left in it. These little scrap pieces here were actually just in the bag, in the little collection container. I go through phases where I hold on to absolutely everything and then other times I throw things away. But I had held on to these, so I thought I'll pop them on now and use them as a border around the edge of the page. The page does have a branding strip, so I do need to cut it down just a smidge, making sure I don't forget to pop the date on. And then I'm just going to back the photos on a white mat. I often like to do this because it helps to make sure the photos pop off the page, especially if there's a more busy background. Obviously, a white mat on a white background doesn't make a huge amount of difference or a huge amount of impact. I could have used a more colourful mat for my photos, but often I just stick with white. I have, before starting filming, made a little paper piece here where I used some paper from my scrap containers to make a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that mimics the cake. So when it flips over in a second, you'll see that I used some green pattern paper to make the head, some blue pattern paper that is from the Happy Cake Day collection. It says Hip Hip Hooray on it to make the mask. The mask is obviously the blue mask, which is Leonardo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then I also just cut out some eyes, popped those up on foam and drew with a texter the black dot. And then I added the nose popping out as well. And then just outlined in a black Sharpie just to add a little bit more of a pop. I'm then using a few bits and bobs to add some embellishments, some balloons, some little critters, some other fun little bits and pieces. The cake itself, if you are from Australia, you may have heard of a lady called Tigger Mac. She makes a lot of Instagram and like TikTok reels and stuff, and she's brilliant. I love her. She's just so fun and so happy. And she does some of the mud cake hacks from like the supermarket cakes, and I did make my own cake, but I absolutely used her tutorial on how to make this Ninja Turtle from just one circular cake, and it was super easy and so good. So I definitely recommend checking her out if you haven't already. So Tigger, Tigga, Mac, MAC on Instagram if you want to see some cool cakes. And then as you can see, I also embellished with a little bit of pizza slice because, you know, Ninja Turtles can't not have a pizza slice on the page somewhere. I'm not sure I gave Tom a huge amount of choice when I decided to make this one. I found the video and thought it was so cool and so easy to replicate that I kind of convinced him that he wanted this to be his cake. He does like the Ninja Turtles, but I still kind of forced his hand in this direction. And then I am using one of the Happy Birthday fonts that came again with the font kit. That didn't make any sense, but the thickers that go with this kit that just simply says Happy Birthday, and just popping that across his forehead there. And then, of course, at this point in time, I still haven't used any of those enamel dots, but you can see I've just grabbed them there. They are not from the kit. The kit does come with puffy stickers. They're circular puffy stickers, and I absolutely could have used those and just wrangled the prompt a little bit, because the point of these prompts is to get us scrapping, not to make sure we stick to them like glue. But I do have these enamel dots in my stash and the colouring was really nice, so I decided to pull those out instead. Now, speaking of these prompts, as I'm sure you are familiar, it is Scraptember. So we do a layout every single day with a prompt every single day. There is a playlist listed in the description box down below where anybody and everybody who is participating in Scraptember can upload their videos. So do make sure you check out that playlist. You will not just have layouts from Katie and I, you will have layouts from anyone else on YouTube who chose to join in. And don't forget to use that hashtag Scraptember 2025 to check out any Instagram posts that might be around as well. There is always so much inspiration to just hopefully get that creativeness going and get you scrapping. We also have a Facebook group as well called Scraptember, so make sure you check that out too. There will, of course, be a layout tomorrow with Katie, and I will be back on the 4th. We take it in turns. I hope you have enjoyed this layout so far, and I can't wait to see you again in a couple of days, everyone. Have a really happy, scrappy day. Please make sure you're playing along and checking out everyone else's videos, and we will see you all then. Bye, everyone.